Someone could work on an offshore rig for a long time and never be aware of what a watchstander does. After all, the reason we have drilling rigs is to drill, and that's what most people working on the rig are concerned with. But like any other floating vessel, there are many systems and operations needed to keep that rig going. The rig must be kept exactly on location, at the right draft. Pumps and thrusters must be checked, safety equipment maintained, and numerous records filled out. These jobs and many more are handled by the barge department, and a key person within that department is the watchstander.
Well, basically, okay, we are standing in the control room. We got the ballast panel. We take care of the trimming of the rig. We always keep it in level. The second thing is we look after the safety equipments, firefighting, lifeboats, SCBA, anything related with safety, we take care of that. Fire extinguishers. Then our third job is take care of the deck loads. We do our stability calculations. We have to always be standing by for the rig floor, so they're the main priority out here. So whether it's casing, drill pipes, always go ahead and give them whatever they need. I mean, that's basically our job. Then relate with other departments.
The watchstander reports directly to the barge marine supervisor. He needs to be a good team player and not just with the members of his own department, because during an average working week, a watchstander will work with all departments on the rig. Without a good watchstander, life on the rig would soon become very difficult. Let's take a look at the job in more detail. There are 4 main areas of duty: control room operations, safety and equipment checks, record keeping, communication. We'll look at each in turn. We'll start off in the control room. One of the most important pieces of equipment here is the ballast tank control system. This enables the rig to maintain a level position under all normal working conditions, compensating for periodic shifts in deck loads or changes in operational activity. As with most other equipment in the control room, the procedure for operating the system is laid down in the rig's Marine Operations Manual. Although details will vary from rig to rig, the system is usually operated from a mimic board similar to this one. The panel shows the status of pumps, valves and tanks situated in the lower hull of the rig. Large volumes of water in and out of the trim tanks can keep the rig in a level position. The system can also be used to raise or lower the draft, for example, when the rig is under tow or in bad weather. Clearly, this system is vital to the rig's stability and operational performance. All watchstanders get thorough training in its use. Like many other aspects of the watchstander's job, his skill in operating the system will help other crew members to do their jobs more efficiently and ensure the correct operation of the rig's drilling equipment. Also connected with the positioning of the rig is the remote windlass panel. This indicates the tension on each windlass and enables maneuvering of the rig about the borehole. The hole position equipment will show the horizontal drift of the rig from the borehole, and it is the watchstander's job to monitor this information and communicate any significant movements to the barge marine supervisor. If the rig is equipped with thrusters, these will also need to be monitored. This sort of activity is typical of the watchstander's role in the barge department. Monitoring and reporting are vital skills. Other equipment on which similar checks have to be carried out include environmental and rig response systems, providing vital information on the rig's safe and efficient operation. Radar, mainly used when under tow or to guide workboats during anchor handling manoeuvres. Fire and combustible gas alarm systems. Bilge alarms, void spaces. These alarms should be constantly monitored, particularly for any possible sign of malfunction, which should be reported immediately to an engineer. Should an alarm go off for real, then the watchstander has a critical part to play in any possible incident and should be thoroughly conversant with the rig's emergency procedures. As well as carrying out tasks in the control room, a good watchstander will spend much of his time out on deck. And a particularly important part of his deck work is to carry out regular checks on the rig's safety equipment. In this role, he will support the barge marine supervisor and work to the rig's fire and emergency plan, which provides information on all the rig's safety equipment emergency procedures. It is vital that these checks are carried out thoroughly. Of course, it's not just safety equipment that needs looking over. While on deck, the watchstander will check a wide range of other equipment and collect information, which will help him complete his control room and record-keeping duties. On his return to the control room, he will check all the information gathered and enter the necessary details into various report forms and notes.
$250 drill pipe, 6.5 inch collars, 3 bundles. There'll be 1 bundle of 3.5 tubing.
The watchstander is responsible for maintaining many of the rig's record-keeping and reporting systems. We'll look at 4 of the main records: the rig's logbook, the rig response form, the rig loading form, and the morning report form. There are, of course, many other reports which need to be completed by the watchstander. Whatever the information, whatever the system, the watchstander's responsibility for keeping accurate records is of vital importance to safe and efficient running of the rig. In many jobs on board the rig, the watchstander will play a key role in coordinating activities and communicating with other crew members in the team. Coordinating supply boat operations, offloading and backloading equipment, and manifesting. He regularly assists the barge marine supervisor in supervising crane and supply boat operations. He will regularly be involved in using the rig's VHF radio equipment, walkie-talkies, radio telephone, and PA system. As with many other aspects of the watchstander's job, it is important that equipment is meticulously maintained and correct operating procedures are followed.
On the 701, we display the work permits which are in force on this notice board here. The watchstander is responsible for the administration of these permits. When they are brought here, we check that they are all signed by the relevant supervisors and the man in charge, and when the job is complete, we ensure that the supervisor signs the permit off, and then we take the permit through to the OIM, the man in charge, so that he can sign it and see that that work is complete.
700 deck, 700 control.
Okay, Larry, just make sure the rig is trimmed accordingly for lifting this 90-ton load. The large crane.
He may not be up on the rig floor getting his hands dirty, but there's no doubt about it that the watchstander is one of the most important unofficial members of the drilling crew.